Good morning everyone, I'm Raed Ahsan, and in today's video, I'll show you how to confirm vulnerabilities from scans and safely exploit a target in a lab environment using Metasploit. And this is a complete hands-on practical exercise and strictly for an isolated environment. So what say? Shall we begin? Yes, let's begin.
So before starting, here's an important note. Everything you'll see in this video runs in an isolated lab on Metasploitable 2. Do not scan or exploit systems you don't own or have written permissions to test. This content is just for educational purposes only.
So by the end of this video, you will run quick vulnerability checks to prioritize targets, use msfconsole to find and run a lab exploit, and collect non-destructive post-exploit information for reporting. First, quick triage. We'll run fast checks to identify likely exploitable services, and I'll run Nmap and Nikto. Watch the outputs and note services, and Nmap here runs a stealth sync scan, detects service versions, and runs vulnerability NSE scripts. Nikto scans web paths and server issues. Pause the video if you need to review these outputs, and we'll use the confirmed services next. Here I can see port 21 is open and listed as VSF TPD 2.3.4. That version is known to have a backdoor in lab images. That's our demo target. Metasploit is a framework of exploit modules, auxiliary modules, and payloads. We will only use it in this lab. I'll show you the exact workflow like the search, select, configure, check, and exploit. Always run check first whenever available. I'm going to open msfconsole now. I'll narrate each step and explain what I said and why I said that. Metasploit loaded. First, I'll search for VSF TPD modules relevant to VSF TPD, and how will I do that is search with the module name. And search VSF TPD shows available exploit modules for me to use. I'll use the classic VSF TPD underscore 234 backdoor module that exists in this lab. Now I'll show you the modules options so you can see the required variables. Look for rhost, rport, and optional payload settings. Rhost is the target host, that is in our case the target IP address of Metasploitable in this lab. Lhost is our Kali Linux IP for callbacks. Whenever available, I like to run check to non-intrusively test whether the target looks vulnerable or not. The check indicates the target is likely vulnerable. Note that check is module dependent and may not always be available. Now I'll run the exploit, and how you can do that is either by typing in run or typing in exploit. Now as you can see, the exploit ran successfully and we received a session. I list and interact with the session now. And to do that, I will type in sessions tag I to list out the sessions that are in the list. And as you can see, we have session number 1, so I can place 1 in front of the tag I. Now we'll test some commands here. Sysinfo shows OS and architecture, getuid shows current user, ipconfig provides target network info, and pslist all of the running processes. These are non-destructive commands used to inventory the compromised host. Now if you've got a shell, these shell commands give the same safe reconnaissance: identity, kernel info, network configuration, and process list. And here's an important thing. I will not be demonstrating credential dumping or tools that extract real user passwords on screen. These actions are highly sensitive, and in real authorized engagements, credential harvesting is performed only with strict approvals and with strict controls. Now the last part, always clean up, close sessions, and stop any listeners. Now here, exit leaves the session. Sessions tag K terminates all of the sessions and confirm no listeners are left on your attacker host before shutting down. So before leaving, here's an exercise for you in the lab. Run the Nmap vulnerability scan and choose a likely service. Find a matching Metasploit module with search. Run check before you exploit, and on success, collect only non-destructive information and document it. Save your outputs for a short report. Now here's an important thing. Whenever you document a finding, include the scan command you ran, captured outputs, that can be the screenshots you might have taken or the saved files of the scan reports, and the exact MSF module used, module options that you have set, the check results, exploit run evidence, and remediation recommendations. Save the Nmap output with the tag OA command to keep machine readable output. So here's a recap. We tried with Nmap and Nikto, used Metasploit to safely exploit a lab service, collected non-destructive data, and cleaned up. Next video, we'll cover privilege escalation and post-exploitation, how to safely analyze and escalate in a lab environment. Subscribe so you don't miss it. If this helped you, like and subscribe, and check the video description for the GitHub repo with all the commands and the lab topology. I'm Raed Ahsan. Stay ethical and keep learning.